Bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour les amis. Je m'appelle Monsieur Renard. 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 Bonjour. Je m'appelle Caroline. My name is Carolyn. And this is my little friend, the fox, Mr. Fox. And in French, his name is Monsieur Renard. Je m'appelle Monsieur Renard. I am Mr. Fox. He's my little friend. And today I have some stories for you that are, well, let's just say they're related to different languages. Mr. Fox got too excited about that. Yeah, so I don't know if you know this about me, but I speak English. I grew up in the United States of America, and I speak American English, and I also speak another language. I speak French, and they speak French in France, but they also speak French all over the world. They speak French in lots and lots of countries in Africa, and they speak French in lots of islands in the Caribbean, like Haiti and Martinique and Guadeloupe, which are actually, those two are part of France. And oh my gosh, just all over the world, Canada, there's so many people who speak French. So I found a little wonderful book that is actually in French, and I'm going to read it to you in French and English, of course, because probably most of my friends in America speak English. But I thought it would be fun to have it in two languages. So here is the name of the book, and we'll get started. Can you see it? Can you see the picture? This book is called Un hippopotame a mangé la maîtresse, which means a hippopotamus ate the school teacher. Okay, here we go. Un hippopotame a mangé la maîtresse par Mike Thaler. A hippopotamus ate the teacher by Mike Thaler. Illustrated by Jared Lee. And this was translated from English into French first by Sarah Jane Fryman Schwartz and Madeline Reiger. Okay, here we go. Un jour, notre maîtresse d'école, Mademoiselle Gauthier, nous a amenés au zoo. Au zoo. One day, our teacher, Miss Gauthier, took us to the zoo. There's the whole class going to the zoo. Woohoo! Elle nous a montré les singes et les tigres. She showed us the monkeys, les singes, et les tigres, the tigers. Et les kangourous, and the kangaroos. There they are. Oopsie. Puis, elle nous a montré l'hippopotame. Then she showed us the hippopotamus. Oh, there he is. He's got birds on his back. These oiseaux. I wonder what happens. Mais elle s'est penchée trop près de la balustrade pour lui donner une cacahuète et elle est tombée dedans. But she leaned too far over the wall to the hippopotamus's home, and she fell in. Uh-oh. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? What happens next? Et l'hippopotame l'a mangée. And the hippopotamus ate her. Oh, look at that. There she goes. There's her hat. Oh non! Nous avons tous crié. Oh no, we all cried. Nous sommes allés trouver le gardien du zoo. Et nous lui avons dit, we went and we found one of the zookeepers, and we said to him, l'hippopotame vient de manger notre maîtresse. The hippopotamus just ate our teacher. Oh non, dit le gardien du zoo. Oh no, said one of the zookeepers. Oh, help us please, our teacher has been eaten. Oh no. Okay. Il est allé trouver le directeur du zoo. He went to find the zoo director, the big boss. Voici le directeur. Whoops, here's the director of the whole zoo. There he is. And there, oh, wait, I get all mixed up. Okay, l'hippopotame vient de manger leur maîtresse. The hippopotamus just ate their teacher. Oh non, dit le directeur du zoo. Oh no, said the zookeeper. Okay. Nous sommes retournés voir l'hippopotame. We went back to see the hippopotamus. Huh. Something's different. Dun, dun, dun. Le directeur du zoo a ouvert la mâchoire de l'hippopotame. The director of the zoo opened the hippopotamus's mouth. Et nous avons tous regardé dedans. And we all looked inside. Mais nous ne pouvions rien voir. But we couldn't see anything. Oh no. Puis, tout à coup, une voix est sortie des profondeurs de l'hippopotame. Then, suddenly, a voice came from deep inside the hippopotamus. Allons, les enfants, il est temps de partir, dit la voix. Come, children, it's time to go, said the voice. C'était Mademoiselle Gautier. It was Miss Gautier. Oh my goodness. The hippopotamus has the teacher's hat on, and there's a voice coming from deep inside. Let's see what happens. Mettez-vous en rang et tenez-vous par la main. Get in line and hold hands, dit la voix de l'intérieur de l'hippopotame. Oh, get in line and hold hands, said the voice from inside the hippopotamus. Et c'est ce qu'on a fait. That's what we did. Suivez-moi jusqu'à l'autobus. Follow me to the bus, said the voice deep inside the hippopotamus. And that's what we did. C'est ce qu'on a fait. Puis, toute la classe est retournée à l'école avec l'hippopotame. The whole class went back to school with the hippopotamus. Les autres maîtresses étaient très étonnées quand nous sommes arrivés. The other teachers were really surprised when we got back. Wow, oui. Le principal aussi était très étonné. The principal was really surprised, but we explained everything to him. Et le lendemain, l'hippopotame nous a fait la classe. And the next day, the hippopotamus taught our class. Il nous a enseigné le calcul, he taught us math, et l'histoire, history, et la géographie, geography. Il nous a lu des histoires. He read us stories. Tous les autres copains trouvaient que l'hippopotame était formidable. All of our friends thought the hippopotamus was awesome. Ils regardaient par la fenêtre, they looked in the window, Et ils épiaient aux portes. They spied around the door. Oh my gosh. Mais petit à petit, Mademoiselle Gautier commençait à nous manquer. But little by little, we started to miss our teacher, Miss Gautier. Il n'était pas facile d'embrasser l'hippopotame. It wasn't easy to hug the hippopotamus. Et on ne pouvait pas s'asseoir sur ses genoux. And you couldn't sit on its lap. Alors, un jour, so one day, au milieu d'une leçon d'histoire, in the middle of a French lesson, no, a history lesson, sorry, I'm just crazy about French. Nous avons tous saisi l'hippo, we all grabbed the hippo, et nous l'avons retourné la tête en bas. We grabbed the hippo, and we turned it over. Oh, I bet that took everybody. Puis, nous l'avons secoué, and we shook him. Oh, and look what happened. Jusqu'à ce que Madame Gautier en ressorte. And Madame Gautier fell right out. There she is. Allons les enfants, dit-elle, à vos places. Now, children, get to your seats. Le troisième président des États-Unis était Thomas Jefferson. The third president of the United States was Thomas Jefferson. Qui a une question? Any questions? She said as she adjusted her glasses. That's a silly story, isn't it? C'est une drôle de conte. I love that story so much. I also found another kind of silly story that I thought people might like. And it's about a bulldozer who's going to bed. Isn't that crazy? Bedtime for little bulldozer. Have you ever heard of putting a bulldozer to bed? Let's find out what happens. Bedtime for Little Bulldozer by Elise Broach, illustrated by Barry E. Jackson. Let's get this picture. Let's see if you can see him. Can you see him? Can you see his mommy? Little Bulldozer was finally ready for bed. He'd taken a bath with the help of his mother. That's one big sprayer she's got there. He'd brushed his teeth with help from his father, and together they had checked all his fluid levels. There he is, brushed his teeth. That's a big job for those parents. Now, his mother and father kissed him and hugged him and said goodnight. Time for bed, they told him. He tried his best to go quietly up the stairs. Vroom, vroom. Up the stairs, because Mom says it's time. Little Bulldozer was all ready for bed. There was just one problem. He wasn't sleepy at all. Well, those eyes are wide open. Oh, poor guy. You ever had that happen? You get in bed and you just can't go to sleep? I have. Okay. He was too hot, so he used his blade to push off his covers. Then he thought he heard something under the bed, so he decided to have a look. See his eyes under the bed? Peeking in there. Ooh. Phew! There was nothing underneath except his stuffed animals. Well, that's good. Little Bulldozer's mother and father came running into the room. "Little Bee," they cried, "what happened? You should be asleep." They helped Little Bulldozer fix his bed, and they kissed him and hugged him and said good night. Little Bulldozer lay in the dark in his quiet room. He still wasn't sleepy. In fact, he was a little chilly. So he shoveled his stuffed animals on top of the bed, making it comfy and cozy. I think that looks very comfy and cozy with all his stuffed animals. There you go. Good. Now he was warm again, but he still wasn't the least bit sleepy. He turned on his headlights and found a book to read. Luckily, it was his favorite book. I can see the name of the book, but I don't know if you can, so I'm going to tell you. It's The Little Engine That Could. Chug, 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 chug. Okay. It was such a good book that Little Bulldozer got very excited and honked his horn a few times. His mother and father rushed into the room. "Little Bee, that's too loud. Why aren't you asleep yet?" Oh, poor guy. "Ronk, ronk, ronk." Oh, uh-oh. He was thirsty, so they gave him some oil. His cab was cold, so they put on his nightcap. Then they kissed him and hugged him and said good night. Little Bulldozer lay in the dark, quiet room, still not sleepy. He could hear his mother and father in the living room. He decided to tiptoe downstairs and see what they were doing. Do you think a bulldozer can tiptoe? I don't know. It's pretty hard to me. Oh, guess not. Crunch! Bang! Wham! That didn't turn out so well. His parents weren't as happy to see him as he had hoped. "Little Bee, it is time for bed," said his mother. "No more stalling," said his father. Yeah, they really are determined. You got to go to bed, kiddo. Bedtime can be hard sometimes. Little Bulldozer lay in the dark, quiet room. He tried to go to sleep. He really did. But something still wasn't quite right. He was lonely. Suddenly, he knew exactly what to do. He's peeking around the door. He scooped up his blanket and his stuffed animals and tumbled down the hall until he came to the room where his sisters were sleeping. He cleared a place for himself on the floor. And there, in the safe, crowded dark, to the hum of his own engine, Little Bulldozer fell asleep. Aw. Night, night, Little Bulldozer. So there he is. There's little Bulldozer trying to go to sleep. He didn't quite make it until he got his sisters. I think that's kind of sweet. So what do you think? Monsieur Renard wants one more book. Want another book? Oh, at least. Okay. Cool. All right. You know I like languages, so I found a book that has some words in another language, a language I don't speak usually, called Hebrew. And this is a book about a mitzvah. So I found out, what is a mitzvah? A mitzvah is usually pretty easy to call it a good deed, a sense of purpose, a guideline for living, something like that. So this book is called Sara Finds a Mitzvah. And I was pretty excited to find this book. Let's see what happens. One warm and sunny morning, Sara skipped along next to her bubby, her grandmother. They were on their way to mail a letter at the corner mailbox. There they are. Looks like a nice place where they live. There she is. See Sara? Sara liked it when she could put the letter in by herself. She reached up, standing on tiptoe, when suddenly she noticed something. Right on top of the mailbox sat a little toy duck. It had shiny black button eyes and soft white wings. Huh. See the little ducky? There he is. Look what I found, said Sara. The little duck fit just perfectly in her arms. Bubby looked at Sara and said gently, I think there's a very sad little boy or girl missing that toy, don't you? Sara thought about that for a moment. There must be, she said slowly. Let's try to find out so we can give it back. That would be a mitzvah, said Bubby. Do you know which one? There are lots of mitzvahs. Sara nodded. Hashavas Avida. That's right, said Bubby. The mitzvah of returning lost things. But where do we start? Asked Sara. I don't see any sad little boys or girls around here. I wonder what they're going to do. Look, here's a clue, said Bubby. Let's see the clue. There it is. She pointed to a candy wrapper stuck to the mailbox. This wrapper is from Gold's candy store. Let's go and see if anyone there knows who owns this toy. So Bubby and Sara walked across the street to the candy store. Hello, said Mr. Gold. There's Mr. Gold. It's his candy store. Hello, said Mr. Gold. Hi, said Sara. Bubby and I found this cute toy duck. Do you know who lost it? Well, answered the storekeeper, I remember seeing it when a little girl came into my store with her mother, but I don't know her name or where she lives. Oh, no, said Sara. Now what should we do? You know, said Mr. Gold, they did throw something in the wastebasket before they left. Let's see what they find. It's a clue, said Bubby. She picked up a crumpled piece of paper. See it? This has the address of Shula's dress shop. Maybe someone there can help us. Together, Bubby and Sara hurried out of the store. Sara didn't even ask Bubby to buy any candy. She just couldn't wait to find that girl. Look at all the candy in that store. That looks like a nice place. At the dress shop, Sara asked Shula, has a little girl been to your store? She lost her duck, and we want to return it to her." Shula smiled. "Yes, a little girl was just here, but I don't know where she went next." "That's okay," said Sara. "Maybe we can find another clue." There's the dress shop. I wonder what they'll find. There goes Sara. Everyone looked around. On the floor, right under a rack of fancy dresses, lay a colorful birthday hat. Sara ran and picked it up. "Do you think today could be that girl's birthday? Maybe she and her mother walked to the bakery to buy a birthday cake." "Let's go and see," answered Bubby. And off they went. All right. At Aaron's kosher bakery, Sara asked, "Excuse me, did a little girl come in with her mother to buy a birthday cake?" Bubby explained, "That girl lost her toy duck, and we'd like to return it to her." "Oh," Aaron replied, "what a nice mitzvah. I did sell a birthday cake to a little girl and her mother, but how can you figure out where they are now?" Sara sighed. "We need another clue." Together, they looked around the bakery. There was nothing on the floor or in the wastebasket. There were no clues at all. Suddenly, Sara pointed to a poster on the wall. "What does it say, Bubby?" "It's a sign about a sale at the toy store." Oh, look at that. Sara got excited. "I think they went to buy a birthday present at the toy store. Oh, Bubby, let's go find her." Bubby opened the door to the toy store, and Sara rushed in. Usually, she loved to stop and look at all the toys and dolls and prizes, but not today. "Don't worry, little duck," said Sara. "We are going to find your owner. Yes, we are." "Oh, my!" Bubby laughed. "There are so many little girls here with their mothers. How will we ever find the right one?" Oh, my goodness. "I know," said Sara. She walked right up to one of the girls and asked, "Did you lose your something today?" The little girl's eyes grew wide. "I did lose something, a little toy duck. Thank you for giving it back. But how did you know it was mine?" Sara pointed to a shopping bag full of candy, a pretty dress covered in plastic, colorful party hats, and a big cake box. "Look," she said, "look at all these clues. They helped me find my mitzvah." As they made their way home, Sara felt the happiness of her mitzvah bubbling up inside her, but her arms seemed empty without the duck to carry. Bubby noticed and smiled at her granddaughter. "A girl who tried so hard to find a mitzvah deserves a little gift, don't you think?" Then Bubby pulled something out of her bag, especially for Sara. It was her very own duck, with shiny black button eyes and soft white wings. So that's my new word I learned today in Hebrew. It's the word mitzvah. And I hope that I get to find a mitzvah today. But my favorite part of today was getting to read stories for you. I hope you have a wonderful Friday evening and a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.